What's up guys, EverythingApplePro here, and I'm actually really excited for this video. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you a sneak peek of the iPhone 6. Now, I ordered this iPhone 6 clone, and I just got it in the mail. Now, this video will give us an idea of how the iPhone 6 will look and, how it will look working, so it'll actually have an operating system on it. Now, of course, this isn't the real deal. Inside is an Android phone pretty much. It just runs an iOS skin on top of the experience, but it will give me a look at the iPhone 6, how it will look and how it will feel just running it. So I'm really excited for that. Anyways, let's go ahead and unbox this guy. And there it is, the iPhone 6. Alright, so there you have it. The box actually looks really nice. So here's what the box looks like next to an iPhone 5S box. As you can see, it's way bigger. I don't know why. Obviously, it's a ripoff, but anyways, so it looks really nice. Let's go ahead and dig in. Oh my goodness, this is hard to open. And that is not very pretty. I mean, Apple's packaging is so much nicer. Anyways, in here is the iPhone 6 clone. So you can see it has this white sticker on there. Let's go ahead and peel that off. Now, obviously, this is not the iPhone 6. This will just give me an idea of how it should feel running an operating system. Anyways, there it is. It actually looks nice. I mean, it looks so similar to this guy that I've had for a while, but it's a little heftier, and it should work. So let's go ahead and power this guy on. Halt. Nice. See what else comes in here. So you have your earbuds, I guess a little touch stylus, the wall adapter in here. What? No stickers? Huh. Alright, so that's that. Anyways, here it is. That's the iPhone 6 running an iOS 7 skin on Android. I mean, why couldn't they do it after iOS 8? I don't know, but there it is. So I went ahead and set it up and spent a little time with the system. Now, first off, it took me a while to get it out of Chinese. Everything was in Chinese. I had a hard time accessing the menus to change it to English language. Now, this whole thing is so funny to me. It's trying to be an iPhone 6 running an old version of Android like 4.0.4 that's trying to run iOS 8 while running an iOS 7 skin. It's a mess. I can't even put my mind around what it's supposed to be. So in a summary, I'd pretty much say it's like Android is attempting to be iOS 8 while keeping all of the lagginess and just inconsistency of Android inside the system. And while that's not Android's fault, it's a developer's fault, I would say that anyone who buys this phone pretty much buys it to show off. I mean, hey, I've got the iPhone 6 before anybody else, and god damn it, just go back. It's so frustrating to use this. I just spent like 10 minutes with it, and I have a hard time even going back. So this thing is usable. You got to get to know a little bit. It is a capacitive touchscreen, so that's good. However, it's so frustrating. You'll constantly see yourself trying to get somewhere and having to spend like a few seconds clicking on a button to get there. Software updates isn't even there. It's just missing. It's like a setting that's inside the phone that's not there. They want you to think that there's updates, but there will never be an update. This is the only version you're ever going to see on this phone. Now, while it holds true to the iPhone 6 design, I like that about it. I mean, it's pretty much, you can go into public and people would think you're using a rumored iPhone 6 device, which is pretty cool. Now, with my long fingers, using the 4.7-inch display was actually really comfortable. I can't see if anyone else with short fingers would find that as enjoyable. However, I was surprised. It was more usable than I thought it would be. And in comparison to the iPhone 5 right here, you can see the screen is a bit bigger, so you would have to adjust to it for a little bit. However, I personally didn't have any trouble with that. So in comparison, when the iPhone 6 is out, I think I'll get along just fine. Let me show you how frustrating this is, how inconsistent it is. There's a fingerprint lock option while the home button is just a plastic home button. There's no actual reason for having it there, but they put it in. There's so many settings that just don't do anything. They're just there just for show. Siri is not Siri, it's Google Voice. However, they do have a Siri option in settings, and there will be moments where you're using iOS and then boom, it just goes to Android and you're like, what the heck? And this was just kind of funny to me. If you slide over, the iPhone 6 on iOS 8 has been jailbroken already. There's Cydia. Well, not really, it's actually Super User, but that was just kind of funny to me that they would even include that in here. So to summarize all of this is Android that reproduced with iOS and created this abomination. The camera is terrible. I would not recommend it to my worst enemies. It's just awful. It's a 2 megapixel sensor, I believe. Now, while I don't regret buying this, it gave me a good idea of what the iPhone 6 will be like. And I gotta say, impressions are that the screen is a good size. I'm glad that Apple has finally upscaled to 4.7. And if the 5.5 is a reality, I guess I'll have to see how I like that one later on when I have the real deal. But the design is great. It's very slim. I love that compared to the iPhone 5S. It's really not as bad as you guys think. The people that don't like it, just wait until it's actually out. It'll feel a lot better in person than it looks in pictures. Spec-wise, this thing is not impressive. It's got a 1.2 gigahertz processor. I don't know if that's dual core. It does have 1 gig of RAM, and the model that I bought was a 4 gigabyte. They sent me a 32, so win-win, I guess. Anyways, the screen is an 854 by 480 pixels, and it only supports 3G. So like I said, you could use this if you have a GSM network just for the show of it. I don't see why you would subject yourself to this kind of torture to actually use it. But it is cool because it's an iPhone 6 before the iPhone 6 comes out. So that's the only reason I could see anybody using this. You would suffer so much trying to use this as your daily phone, so definitely do not recommend. If you do want to buy one, they'd run you anywhere from $104 all the way up to $155 if you want to spec it. And in no way am I promoting this. If you guys want to, I'll drop a link down below in the description. Just check it out there. Hope you guys enjoyed the iPhone 6 preview. Peace.